It is known as the Sport Brella, but this isn't even the regular size Sport Brella. This is the extra large size. Look at what it can be like for you outside getting sun protection maybe on the 4th of July, on those events that you have when you go to the park, you have the reunions, you meet family members, you go to the beach, you're going to the sporting events. Any of those times when you're outside, you need some sun protection, you need a little wind protection. How many kids from that soccer game are underneath that Sport Brella? This is the real deal. It is $49.98 at the QVC2 big deal price. And I gotta tell you, if you look up the retail on this, it's closer to $76 and change. But not only do we have the great price for a full 24 hours from 9 p.m. tonight Eastern Time to 9 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern Time, but we've got your 2 easy payments of less than $25 a month. And to make it even better, we're going to show you in a minute. It includes the stakes. It includes this adorable little carry bag. You don't have to be tall. You don't have to be super strong to carry this where it is you're going to be going. We've got Rachel Pavis joining us, who brings all kinds of fun ideas for outdoors and, you know, just helping us have a good time to decorate. This is like the coolest thing I have seen in a long time.
Oh my gosh, I wish we had this when my daughter was playing soccer, because you are so right. Protection from the sun, because it has UPF 50. Protection from the rain, from the wind. It's a wonderful, wonderful umbrella for your beach, for your sporting events, and for the park and the lake and everywhere you need to go.
Everywhere you need to go. Think about having this for years to come for less than $50. Where the strangers will go by and they'll come up to you and they'll say, where did you get
Where'd
this?
you get that? Exactly.
Yeah, because you got to know apples to apples what you're looking for out in the marketplace.
So true.
There are some other brands that are out there that use inferior materials, not to mention even Sport Brella itself has a regular size version that's out there that's more money, and it's about 2 feet, I think, smaller than this one, because this is the full extra large size.
Yes.
So I'm really glad we've got 2 colors.
9 feet.
This is the red.
Yes.
This one is the steel blue, and like you said, the full 9 feet.
Exactly, full 9 feet. Now it is actually round, which you can't really tell the way it's laying on the ground. And then you get these extra side flaps. Let me sit this down and show you.
Okay.
These flaps here too that hang down and give you that extra protection. You can even stake this in the ground, Sharon. There's grommets here. We include the stakes. You get 4 of those, and then you can also tether it. So if you're trying to protect against the wind, you can definitely tether it down and get that coverage. It's so important.
So this is what I want to do. I want to show you specifically the value that we have for this, and then I also want to show you some of the accessories that it comes with, but here it is. QVC2 big deal price, $49.98. If you looked at this closer to retail, it would be $76.66. This is M53162. Don't forget, our main channel of QVC has a today's special value that you may be familiar with that has a great price for 24 hours from midnight Eastern Time to midnight Eastern Time. We do things a little differently. It's still a 24-hour period of time, but it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for our QVC2 big deal, and then goes till 9 p.m. until the next day. So make sure you get the color that you want, because I know one of them is more limited than the other color, and you might see them dwindle as the day goes on.
Yeah.
So other than the Sport Brella itself, what are the other pieces we're getting?
So you're going to get that carrying case or that cover, which is great. In addition, you get these tethers that you can then stake in the ground. You get 4 of the stakes for that. You get the bag to put all of this in, and then these are the heavy duty stakes that you're going to use on the ends on that grommet that I was showing you, and there's 4 of those, so you can really stake this in really well when you're at the beach or when you're at that sporting event at the lake, at the park, you know, just anywhere outside that you're going to need shade. And we have the concerts coming up, the concert series near us, and a lot of times they hold it in the rain, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to go if it's raining.
Seriously.
I can go now.
Or even just sit there trying to hold an umbrella on like a blanket on the ground where the blanket's getting all wet. My suggestion is you invest in one of those little water resistant mats that we have here at QVC, like the woven ones. You put that on the ground so you're not sitting on the wet grass. And in this, and for years to come, you will have friends coming out of the woodwork seeing if they can try to sneak in under here.
It's so true. I mean, you're seeing here the kids playing soccer.
She was jumping up and down actually and not hitting her head, which was kind of nice.
Right, you and I were talking about that beforehand, Sharon, because you know both of us are around 5 feet, let's just say, but we can stand under there comfortably. You can fit a lot of people sitting under there too. You're seeing a family of 4. They're all in the shade. You know, it's going to depend on the angle that the sun is coming in, but you can pick this up and move it. It's portable, and it sets up in seconds.
So we're going to show you how it sets up, but I want to point out something that we just saw a close-up there. on, which was the UPF 50.
Yes.
That is such a big deal. It's not like this is just providing shade for you. Yes,
Right.
we wanted to provide shade, make it a cooler atmosphere for you. But before we get into the vents and everything else, the sun, I mean, the more we learn about the sun, we love it for 10 minutes for our vitamin D, and then after that 10 minutes, we want to stay out.
I know.
So this might be a lot more comfortable than wearing a hat or something else. And by the way, I am 5'2", but I'm wearing my 5-inch big platform, so this is making me about 5'7", and the opening at which we have it right now, I am not touching the ceiling on this, although depending on how you want to open this,
right.
you can, but with the tilt you can change the amount of the opening. If you want to get more sun protection, you can do it a little less.
So if you have the little sitting under there playing in the sand, I love to go over once they've picked their spot of where they want to play, go set up the umbrella around them, and you can easily adjust that height. There's just a little clip there that you can then adjust how you want that to work. See how simple that is to use?
I love that. So can we set it up?
Yeah,
I'd love to see how easy this is to set up.
So over here, I have one that's already open, but why don't I take it down and then I can show you, because it really opens just like a traditional umbrella. Now also, Sharon, if you are at the beach and you want to stake this overhead, I want to mention that you can do that as well. Get on your feet. It's ridiculous.
So wait, so you were telling me before the show that this could be used as a beach umbrella.
A beach umbrella, yes.
We just need to get one of those things that screws into the ground for this to pop
It'll
into.
stake right into the ground too. I think those work a lot easier. It gives you the depth.
This is bigger than any beach umbrella I've seen, but you had a recommendation.
Yes.
We need to open the vents,
I would open your
correct?
vents. You want to let your air flow through, and in addition to that, you want to then stake it down. So you have all of these grommets and stakes and things that you can then tether it once you have it staked in there.
Love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
Up here is literally just the button that I'm going to push, and then it collapses. So
I'll get out.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to spin it this way so we can show the camera the button right there. Can we see that?
It's red. It's a bright red button. You can't miss it.
So literally, I'm just going to push it, and then it folds right up.
Like
We're
a
done.
regular umbrella. Like a
and
regular
it goes
rain
into
umbrella.
the storage bag. It's so simple to do, and then I'm going to pop it right back up for you. Stand back, 9 feet coming at you. And we're done.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. This to me is so much fun. Even if you don't have anywhere to go necessarily, but you want to give your kids a little bit of sun protection in your backyard. If you don't have any shade, if you don't have any trees, there's lots of places, especially out west in the deserty areas, you just don't have any trees in your backyard. And if the kids want to be able to enjoy a nice day outside, but you're concerned about the heat in the summertime, just set this up in the yard and let the kids play in it.
And I love that it has...
Or put the kiddie pool under it.
Right. You know, and that's the case a lot of times. Our kids find these spots where they want to go and play, and they're out, and you're thinking, do I really want to disturb the playtime that they're having right now with sunscreen and all that?
Right.
Well, now you can just cover them with the umbrella. You know they're getting that coverage.
And so what is this that you're showing us?
I'm showing the window when we come back to it,
Okay.
because I think this is important to show that there are actual windows on either side where it zippers open and closed, okay? And so then what you can do with that is you literally just fold this up, and then you have a little tie that then you can tie it so it'll keep it from flapping in the breeze.
So that was one of those things you were saying, if you're going to use it as a beach umbrella, there's one on each side. You open those up for the flow and the air circulation.
Exactly.
And you're good to go. So I want to remind you, $49.98 at our QVC 2 big deal price, and we have two colors. We've got this beautiful shade of steel blue, which I know is very popular, but over on the other side, I want to remind you.
Let's show the red. Red's my favorite. I love red.
Well, and also depending on if you've got sports teams or things like that.
Yes, that you want to match, dictate the color.
This would be terrific.
Yeah, so this is the red. I think it's a nice bright color, and I love that this is a great way to say, hey kids, our umbrella is the red one on the beach. You easily know where you are. You can see that reflective coating there too.
And so
on
what
the
does that
inside.
do?
That's going to keep the temperature down even more inside of the umbrella. So it repels actually the heat. It reflects the heat. So it's a nice way to even keep it cooler when you're under there. Because let's face it, when we're in the shade, the temperature drops several degrees.
It's so much nicer on a hot summer day when you're actually, you get the warmth on your skin of the breeze, but you're just in the shade.
Yeah.
And out of the two colors, the red is the more limited of the two. So I want to remind you, this is the Sport Brella Extra Large.
Extra large.
So when you take a look at the value, the retail value on your screen is about $76.66, but our QVC 2 big deal price is $49.98, and we've got your 2 easy payments of less than $25 a month. However, if you have a Q card, and you'd like to put this on 3 easy payments just because you can, because you have the Q card, by all means, you are more than welcome to do that as well. You're getting the extra accessories to stake and tether it down. You're also getting the carry bag that comes along with this. You're getting the cording to help tether it down as well, should you need to do that, depending on how you're using the Sport Brella.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure you know what you're getting. When you go out into the marketplace, there is actually a regular size. This is the extra large size. And if you search around and you're like, hey, I found this over on this website. When you take a look at the smaller one out and about, this is actually less money than the smaller one that's currently out there, because this is only for one day that we have this fantastic price, and it goes until 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. And then you will not see that price on this particular Sport Brella anymore, should it even be available at that time. So I would grab those easy pays. And here's the other thing. I mean, there was that video that we were showing where we saw a ton of kids, like from the soccer team, really all huddled under here, having a nice time. But look, if you've got fold-out chairs, even if it's just the 2 of you and it's not a bunch of people crowding together, you literally have like a room. It's just shy of being a full tent, but so much easier to manage.
At 9 feet wide, you really have all that great coverage that you need. There's little pockets on the side too, so if you want to put the stakes in that if you're not using them, or your cell phone, that's easy to access. But also, I love that you can put your cooler under here, you can put your camera under here, and know that it's in the shade and it's not having the sun beat down on it too. Another thing that you want to keep.
That reflective coating that we've got on the inside, like Rachel was saying, is what helps to actually reflect a lot of the light back up, so it helps to keep it physically cooler underneath. And then, you know what I like about this too? I'm going to show what a terrible person I am by saying, when I go to the beach, sometimes I'd like to be alone. I'd like to be alone on the beach. I know I'm not going to be alone on the beach. I just want it to be me and my family. But when you have these pieces that come down on the sides, it's almost like blinders.
Privacy.
Where you don't have to. I know they're there, but it's so much nicer when I feel like it's just me and the ocean and my family, and I'm not looking at everything that's going on the sides. I'm horrible, I know, but I love that privacy, that private kind of feeling.
Well, and also it kind of stakes your claim too, right? This is my area, and then you don't have people kind of encroaching. The kids know, keep your things under the umbrella. It helps to keep everything so well contained, and it sets up in seconds. You know, there's a lot of things out there in the marketplace, but this is going to be up and ready to go in no time. You can carry it easily.
Right.
And I love that factor that it's so portable and simple.
You know what I used to do to stake my claim? I would get up before everybody else, and I would actually go to the beach. I would find the spot, and I would start digging sandcastles in a giant thing with molds to make it look like my kids did it, and nobody would want to step where like they were. I was horrible. Like, I literally made sandcastles so that people wouldn't mess it up. Do you know how long that took me? That took me
an hour?
At least, well, it took me 20 minutes to a half an hour to make it look really nice, and this could have taken me 2 seconds. 2 seconds when I got to the beach to be able to put this together, and it would have been bigger actually than the thing that I created.
Yes, I mean, it's just so simple to use. I love that that's the bag that comes along with it that works as a carrying case. Also, I think keep this in your car, because there's going to be times when you pop out to the park or you pop over to the lake and you realize, okay, everyone's here before me, all the shady spots are gone. I need something like this.
Well, you know what? Actually, the carry bag with the Sport Brella is in it right over here. So to your point, you know, this folds up so skinny. Like, if you have a van, or if you have one of those larger sport utility vehicles, you could just leave this in the back at all times, all rolled up, and you wouldn't even notice it there.
Exactly. It doesn't take up any space. It's about 59 inches long, so that you know the height on that. I think that's important to mention, because this is extra large. You're getting the Big Mac Daddy.
You are. You are.
So just know that. But then you're getting 9 feet of coverage underneath, and that's going to keep you cool. It's going to keep you dry from the rain. It's going to protect you from the wind, because I'll tell you what, when those kids are running around and having a great time, they don't notice the wind and the rain. But us moms and dads that are standing there watching and cheering on, we start to feel the cold and the damp.
Definitely. And also, when you think about it, a lot of people, when they go to the shore or they go to the beach, it's really expensive when you're going at peak season to find a hotel that's right there. Sometimes people get up really early. They drive to the shore, they stay there all day until it's dark and they leave. It's really miserable when you go and you get there and it's hot and everything's taken and you don't have the right supplies. But if you know you're trying to squeeze the most out of every single day, this is such an affordable way, less than 50 bucks, and you use it over and over and over again. I mean, it pays for itself within the first couple of uses.
It does.
To help you enjoy that time. If you're gonna be somewhere all day, to enjoy it that much better. We've got the two colors. We have the blue, the steel blue is what it's called, and we also have the red. When we first started, the steel blue was the most popular. But now as we're chatting, the red is picking up. They're about neck and neck in the race here.
With the sport team or?
That's right. Well, you either pick your sports team or you're known as the Sport Brella, but this isn't even the regular size Sport Brella. This is the extra large size. Look at what it can be like for you outside getting sun protection maybe on the 4th of July, on those events that you have when you go to the park, you have the reunions, you meet family members, you go to the beach, you're going to the sporting events. Any of those times when you're outside, you need some sun protection, you need a little wind protection. How many kids from that soccer game are underneath that Sport Brella? This is the real deal. It is $49.98 at the QVC 2 big deal price. And I gotta tell you, if you look up the retail on this, it's closer to $76 and change. But not only do we have the great price for a full 24 hours from 9 p.m. tonight Eastern Time to 9 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern Time, but we've got your 2 easy payments of less than $25 a month. And to make it even better, we're going to show you in a minute. It includes the stakes. It includes this adorable little carry bag. You don't have to be tall. You don't have to be super strong to carry this where it is you're going to be going. We've got Rachel Pavis joining us, who brings all kinds of fun ideas for outdoors and, you know, just helping us have a good time to decorate. This is like the coolest thing I have seen in a long time.
Oh my gosh, I wish we had this when my daughter was playing soccer, because you are so right. Protection from the sun because it has UPF 50. Protection from the rain, from the wind. It's a wonderful, wonderful umbrella for your beach, for your sporting events, and for the park and the lake and everywhere you need to go.